Hi, it's Alice. It's been a really long time since I've made a video, but basically I really wanted to talk about school and dropping out of school and general life anxieties right now, because especially in quarantine I feel like I kind of have no one else my age to talk about this with or relate to, and I have kind of a lot of thoughts swirling around right now that I wanted to get out on film, maybe just so I could hear them. Hopefully, maybe if you have similar feelings or anxieties, or if you're a student, you can relate to this. And yeah, so let's just get on into it. Basically, I dropped out of school this year, and I need to talk about it because it's kind of freaking me out. So kind of from the beginning, I've always really loved fashion and clothes. Who doesn't love really nice clothes? Styling, writing about fashion. I've had a blog since I was really young, buying fashion magazines, all of that. And then in high school, I taught myself to sew when I was recovering from an eating disorder. And then eventually uni came around. I decided to go to school for fashion because I might as well go for the one thing that I was actually passionate about and enjoyed being a part of, and that was fashion. And then hopefully when I got there, I'd be able to narrow down on kind of a career choice, because there's a lot of different pathways you could go into, and I didn't know. I had done research on kind of everything, and none of it really sounded like me, but I was like, well, this is the only thing I'm passionate about, so I better go to school for it. So I started last fall at Ryerson, and then obviously in Toronto. But then Corona hit and everything, and I found myself living at home like the rest of us. I just remember like crying the first night just because I had to read these 3 chapters for one class. This required reading, and it was like this small font on this online textbook that it felt like there was this pit in my stomach that was like, what am I getting into? And it just kind of from the beginning, it didn't really feel right, and I guess nothing really feels right now. It wasn't exactly what I was prepared for, but it felt not right in like a bad way. Oh my god. Okay. Basically, I was working through my program and I just realized that it wasn't really what I thought it would be at all. For a lot of different reasons. One thing was like a lot of the creative things you had to do, which was what I really enjoyed. It was like almost all online, like designing, or it was like using Illustrator, Photoshop, all of that. And that wasn't really something I enjoyed very much. So I found the whole home situation to be just difficult, and it's hard to stay inspired and motivated and like creative, which fashion I feel like it's pretty important to have all your creative juices flowing. I also found it was not really worth all of the tuition that I've basically been working to save up for since like babysitting years, and it just wasn't. I was just dreading going to class. Like I felt sometimes like they should be really paying me to go to class. Like it sounds weird when you say it. Really, you're learning about something that you might spend the rest of your life doing. It's not like the work was too difficult, or like it wasn't like I wasn't doing it. I was keeping on top of everything. I've always been a really good student, but it wasn't something that I enjoyed. And I kind of didn't want to get dressed in the morning, or I didn't want to, well, obviously I got dressed, but I was wearing like, you know, the same thing every single day, which I've never done really. I stopped sewing. I stopped just enjoying fashion, which was kind of what brought me to the program, and it was becoming like a chore, which I really didn't want to happen, because it's, like I said, always been something that I appreciated, having like this thing that I could really do and enjoy. So tentatively I kind of went to school planning to go as a fashion journalist or like an editor of a magazine, but I feel like the classes were so broad and kind of not very specific. I know I didn't really give the program very much of a chance, I guess you could say. I feel like if I wanted to go and be a fashion journalist, it would be more beneficial to take like business or marketing or journalism or even English really, and just hone in on my writing skills instead of going for this huge program that I'm just like going around like, oh, what do I want to do, what do I want to do. Like I just felt kind of like I do not know what I'm doing, and so I left. On another note, I feel like university and school and really all places of education in general should be open spaces where you can not feel afraid to communicate or say your opinion or discuss an opinion or kind of educate someone else or educate yourself about different ideas. And to me, I just didn't feel like I had that option. It didn't feel like a safe environment, or not safe, that's kind of dramatic, but it didn't feel like a space where I would be comfortable with questioning someone's opinion or saying something that maybe wasn't the norm. And for me, that was a big problem, because I think that's a big part of what school is about, like broadening your horizons, and I just didn't feel like that. Also, a lot of that could be having to do with the fact that I was at home in one room. I wasn't really broadening any horizons, but that's back to this whole problem in general. Yeah, to be honest, I feel very terrified right now of what's going on because I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Everything feels like time is going by really fast or really slow. Yeah, I kind of had these plans in mind that just didn't work out last year, like living in a different city, going through my program, enjoying my program, going for my internships that I had lined up, being fully recovered from my eating disorder, which is just another video altogether, and none of that really ended up happening. But I'm kind of trying to take it as a blessing in disguise. I guess if I'm gonna figure out my life, I might as well do it now while I have the chance, and while I'm not halfway through my program living in a different city having no idea what I'm doing. Might as well have not any idea what I'm doing from home. To be honest, it's really terrifying and crazy to think that at such a young age, although it doesn't feel like I'm really that young anymore. It doesn't feel like I can say that anymore. But it's crazy because I am. And it's like we shouldn't have to have everything figured out in life already. Or like know what we're passionate about. Like the word passionate, what are you passionate about, scares me so much, because it's like I thought I was passionate about passionate about fashion, but that's not really what I wanted my career to be, it turns out, at least right now. And how in the heck are we supposed to know what we want to go to school for the rest of our lives when like barely anything has happened to us yet? I'm only 19. I mean, all I've known is dance when I was like tween. Then you go into high school, which then I was recovering from an eating disorder, which that was just a big mess of 4 years. And then I was working full-time to pay for school, and now I haven't really had the chance, like a lot of us I feel like haven't, to figure everything out. And so yeah, I'm totally scared. There's many nights where I'm just like up all night because I'm actually terrified of what I'm gonna do, because I feel like I have to have everything planned out, but I don't. On the other hand of this terror is also though this like, I feel really excited. Like I feel kind of a giddy excitement that's like there's so many new things I could try out, or there's so many new opportunities that might come into my life. And I guess I'm just praying right now that everything just comes into fruition. A mindset I've really been appreciating lately is, why is this happening for me, not why is this happening to me? With the situation that quarantine and this whole really past year and not knowing what you're doing with school, quarantine or not, it is really scary, and you might think like, why is this happening? Why? I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't know what I'm doing with my life. But you're not. I hope I'm not. And maybe this is an opportunity to explore some new things or look into some new options that you might not have been aware of before. That's how I'm trying to look at it, at least. I don't want to be someone who has to just force myself through school, like push myself through school. And I'm not talking about working hard or studying hard, because I've done all that. I know I can do all of that, but I want to be doing it for the right reasons. I want to be doing it because I'm excited about the end of the tunnel, not like dreading getting to the end of the tunnel. I don't want to go through a major, I'm like playing with this plant right here. I don't want to go through a major that I am not excited about because I feel like it's what I should be doing at my age, because I feel like pressure from my family or my friends, or because what am I gonna say when, you know, this family member asks me what I'm doing with my life. I don't want to be going through school for those reasons, and that's really the only reason that I was going. This year I'm really trying to focus on my intuition and listen to like my gut and what my inner self is really saying, and trying to listen to that and not making decisions based off of what I think I should be doing or what societal pressures are telling me to do, and kind of think about what's right for me. At the end of the day, I am worthy to go for and possibly accomplish anything I want to with my life. And that's never really a mindset I've allowed myself to explore before. Even if I don't know exactly what it is yet, I'm willing to give myself that chance. If I have the opportunity to right now, when I'm at home, I realize how fortunate it is that I'm here, but I'm going to take advantage of that opportunity and see what new pathways I can form. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's my life. I'm paying for it, and it might sound naive. I sometimes think it sounds naive, definitely, but I'm just trying to not just dismiss thoughts about what my life should be like, or not just dismiss like, oh, that's just naive, or oh, I have no idea what I'm talking about, because if there's an inkling of a thought in there, then that is valid, and that is something I should realize, and that is something I am choosing this year to pay attention to. That means not going to school, not going back. I think if a person can wake up and really feel passionate and excited about what they're doing, at least like 60 to 70, 80% of the time, no job is perfect, I know, or feel really excited about a program they're going through or a career that they might be going into, then I think I should be able to have that opportunity as well. And so I'm giving myself that chance this year, and we're gonna, or maybe for the next 6 months until next September, then I'll kind of reevaluate. But yeah, that's what's going on. And it's doubly discouraging right now in quarantine, because even though I do have some like inkling of ideas or things I might want to explore or go into, it's hard to find the resources or the people or classes that I want to take, because everything is online right now and it seems a lot more limited. And even if it's not, like people say like, oh, you can just do it from online, it's hard to find the motivation within yourself to start kind of a fresh idea from square one. I think I, and everyone really, needs to be doing everything that they can to stay happy, and not necessarily happy, but just to prevent feeling like this perpetual cabin fever, depressed, sad feeling that I know I have been really experiencing lately, just being in like a slump. And right now for me, that means not stressing about a university program that I don't love from home, that I'm not going to pay full tuition for, and to make more decisions that are in line with my goals and the person I want to be in the future. And yes, I am super scared, of course, as I've said, that this is totally the wrong decision, and maybe I will regret it in 6 months from now, but I am choosing not to doubt myself, because I have made the decision already and I'm sticking through with the decision, and I'm not going to discourage myself or doubt myself, because yeah, I feel really excited, and I feel really like, it's like the nervous kind of excitement, which I think is a good feeling. Out of all the things I could be feeling right now, I'm going to choose feeling like that. So that's all for today, I guess. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Yeah, I guess let me know if you have any thoughts or comments in the comment section. how is your school doing? Are you staying at school? How do you feel? How are things going? I want to know. Please feel free to comment or message me on Instagram, because it's a weird time right now, and I feel like we've been saying that for the past year, but it has been weird for the past year, so we have every right to say that. And yeah, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching this video if you made it this far, and wishing you all the best, and I guess I'll see you again in the next one. Oh my god! I just dumped over my tea.
Clear tea?
Yeah.